What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Unthought Gaming Channel. My name's AJ Gels. How y'all doing? We are back with Vampyr. We're still trying to figure out the source of the epidemic and whatnot here in West End. We're apparently just kind of asking the locals about what's going on.
Good evening, sir. Please forgive me for disturbing you. I'm a doctor.
This eye patch. Or monocle. What the? Why did I think that was an eye patch?
Disturbing me at all. I am Calhoun Russell, and I welcome you.
Ooh, Calhoun. Oh, that's fancy.
Welcome for once. I'm Jonathan Reed.
Welcome, Dr. Reed. Welcome to my humble shop.
Do you need medical?
There is no need for...
I may have a look at your goods.
Alright, what's he got? He's got that, handle parts. Actually, some of those might be good to pick up. I could definitely use some glass vials. I'll take all 11 of those. Quinine, clove essence. I could actually, again, use all of those. You just buy opium. Again, we'll just kind of picking up a lot of these medications. Yeah, I could use these handle parts, in all honesty. Oh, that's a lot of money. In all honesty, do I need these? Should I just sell them? Well, I'm not going to sell that pistol. I'm not crazy. Watery blood sample. I still want to figure out how to cure the frickin' how to get treatments for I can't think what to call it. Treatments for headaches. There we go. I'm not gonna sell Sean's Cross. Anything that's worth selling. Ooh, large boxes of pills. And again, I can. We'll see what we can break those down into. That'll be good for now. Oh, wait, nope, we didn't finish talking to him.
Good evening.
How is the situation in this part of town?
Life is good and peaceful. We're lucky to live in such an era of progress and wonders.
Are you not concerned?
Progress. Aren't you fancy?
Oh, I'm sure the authorities would take the appropriate measure if the danger were that high.
I'm afraid the newspapers are seriously underestimating the situation. Things are critical, believe me.
Well, that's news then. But I can't believe that things are that bad. Are you sure you're not exaggerating a bit?
No.
For the thrill of it?
Dude, there's vampires running around. Oops. Calhoun Russell, he's a merchant. Does not consider seriousness of the dangers of the epidemic.
Is it not a little too late to be trading?
On the contrary, it is the perfect hour. Believe me, my friend, it is always at night that you meet the most fascinating characters.
Like vampires.
So you prefer to work at night?
Oh, I also enjoy a sunny day like everybody else. But the night always has a certain je ne sais quoi of its own.
But what about the epidemic? The bombs and raids? And all the random violence?
Please, sir, this is London, England. We will prevail. And if a bomb must fall on my shop, then I'll be there to hear it falling.
I'm sorry, I keep saying vampires, and now I'm thinking of that moment in Anchorman 2, where they were in the middle of their whole song, and then they ran up to the guy. He's like, "Wait a minute, what are you?" He's like, "Well, I'm gay." He's like, "Do you sleep in a coffin?" No, that's vampires. Going through and breaks. Just like, "Are you a vampire?" No, I'm gay. I'm sorry. When I was playing Captain Spirit, I was thinking of Anchorman quotes.
Kidney pie in the city. I'd be glad to share the address if you want.
Wonderful story. Compelling and rich.
I must confess, I have quite specific tastes when it comes to nutrition.
Really?
Blood.
Well, I'm always happy to try new exotic meals. If you ever find an intriguing table, please share the address.
Finding a good restaurant? Is that really all that interests you?
Oh, I have many passions, but nothing brings me ecstasy like subtle and exquisite flavors from my teeth to my belly.
Okay, then. That's kind of creepy.
Do you have any family nearby?
Not since my parents died. I'm London's lone gourmet.
London's Lone Gourmet. What a strange title.
I used that name in my early years when I was a food critic, and I kept it.
Really? But you seem to be such a pleasant and sociable fellow.
I'm afraid the real hedonist has to be sometimes.
Hedonist.
I discovered ecstasy as a solitary pleasure, but it does not mean it can't ever be shared.
Do you need...
There is no...
Alright.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual?
Not really. Wait, now that you mention it, I don't see the McPhersons in my favorite restaurants. They love delicate meals too, you understand.
Thank you. It may be nothing, but I'll investigate anyway. Where do they live?
They have a house in the southern part of the district, somewhere north of the railway bridge. There is a courtyard, if I remember rightly.
Goodbye, Mr. Russell. I'm sure you'll take care of yourself.
Where shall I eat tonight?
Okay, I promise I'm going to make one more Anchorman reference, and then I will stop. And then I promise I will stop after I say this. Why don't you go back to your home on Whore Island? I love that movie so much.
That building is under quarantine. Could this be what I'm looking for?
My God, it's got to be the fact that I'm a journalism major. Like that's my degree. So I mean, that's got to be why I find that movie so. I mean, I've always found Anchorman to be absolutely hilarious. I love Will Ferrell, Talladega. I stand by. I think Talladega Nights is vastly underrated. What do I do with my hands? Just his hands just keep lining up into the shot.
Don't kill me. Please, no. I'm too young to die.
What?
I still have so much to offer this world.
Wait, no. Why do you think I would... What?
Don't worry, Dr. Reed. I know you wouldn't harm me. Mother told me you were in this part of town and might drop by.
Your mother?
My name is Charlotte, sir. Charlotte Ashbury.
Oh.
Mother taught me long ago how to recognize the signs that betray a vampire.
I understand she also taught you how to tease and gently mock innocent young Econs. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Charlotte. What do you think about this part of town?
I was raised here, and I suppose it feels like home. You grew up in this part of town too, did you not?
Yes, I was born a few streets away.
A small world, is it not? Did you ever imagine that my mother was your neighbor all that time? That you could have met her in a dark alley at night?
You won't trick me twice, young lady. We both know Lady Ashbury never hunts or attacks prey at random.
Come on, Doctor. Don't tell me you never thought about that possibility. Her fangs on your neck. Oh, are you blushing, Dr. Reed?
This kid's a little cheeky.
Do you need...
I am fine.
Oops.
What do you think about this part of town?
I was raised here, and I suppose
There we go.
Is there something that's bothering you?
too much selfishness and individualism for my taste. Even when there was no epidemic.
Even if that's partly true, may I remind you that many charitable institutions are financed by the selfish and filthy rich.
I suppose you're right. But society must reform and renew itself, or we are all done for.
Oh God, she's a communist, isn't she?
Tell me about your adoption.
What do you want to know?
Who are your real parents?
Elizabeth Ashbury is my real mother. She raised me and has taken care of me all my life. I have no idea who my progenitors are or were.
Do you live with her?
Progenitors.
I spent lots of time in my mother's mansion, but I have my own house now. I have a life to live, you see. And one day, I'll have my death to face.
What, do you not want to be a vampire?
How did you meet Lady Ashbury?
First, I was an orphan in the institution for girls she manages in the West End. When I was 10, she adopted me, and I have lived with her ever since.
Did you know she was a vampire when she picked you?
The correct word is Ekon, Doctor. And no, I had no idea why my mother only showed up at night. She told me everything when I turned 16, though I suspected the truth for a long time before that.
I guess that's something that's kind of hard to go up and say, hey, stepmom, are you a vampire? I guess it's kind of hard to
I
say.
mean, what do I do outside at night since I am a woman? Let me ask you a question, sir.
That was not the question I asked.
Same question of a man.
Actually, yes. I ask the same question to everyone who dares to go outside at night, considering the risks.
Well, if you must know, I campaign for the right to vote for all women. Why should I wait to the age of 30 years when men can vote at 21?
Are you a suffragette, then? Oh, you really are Elizabeth's girl. Without a doubt.
All adult women have the right to vote in the US, in New Zealand, and in Australia. But women here can't vote unless they are property owners.
No need to convince me, Miss Charlotte. I have shared your opinion for a long time, even before I met Emmeline Pankhurst.
Really? Oh. Now I see why my mother appreciates you so much. Too bad there aren't more men like you in the vicinity.
Really? English women's right to vote came after the US, New Zealand, and Australia. Huh. I didn't know that.
How are the locals reacting to you?
You learn something new every day.
I can't wait for a wall to be built to isolate the West End from the rest of town. That's how progressive they are. If this happens, Emily and I will blow it up.
Explosives are very dangerous, young lady. And who is this Emily?
She is my best friend, and a suffragette too. She was supposed to campaign with me tonight, but hasn't turned up.
Have you any reason to be worried about her?
Recently, Emily started to believe in... well, she got interested in vampires. I'm afraid she might be in trouble.
Let me guess. You spoke to her about us, didn't you? Despite your mother's warning. I think I should try to find your friend.
Oh, that would be top-notch. I can tell you where she might have gone. You have my thanks, Dr. Reed. And please, don't tell my mother.
Why, are you afraid your mom might be a little pissed?
What exactly has your mother told you about me?
Your name and profession, obviously, and the mystery about your maker. I'm sorry to hear about what happened to your sister, sir. Mother says it was not your fault.
Does it not scare you to know what I am? What your mother is?
Why should it? My mother is the most compassionate woman. Must I be wary of her, Dr. Reed? Or you?
Perhaps it's wise for a mortal never to totally trust a vampire. Your mother herself told me that we Ekon are creatures of deception. Maybe it's because we seem so... alive.
That may be true for a naive girl, but I have the best teacher when it comes to getting rid of an insistent immortal.
Your mother is not like any other vampire I've met.
I believe she thinks the same about you, Dr. Reed.
Oh, she digs us.
Do you know why Lady Ashbury chose you to become her daughter?
No, I don't. Each time I ask her that question, she smiles and says it's precisely because I dare to ask such questions.
Do you ever regret that she chose you?
Of course not. Though I often wonder if she adopted others before me. If so, where are they buried? How was it for them to pass through life with a never-aging mother?
That'd be kind of creepy, wouldn't it?
Goodbye.
She's been...
Oh, I didn't ask about the Oh, well, I mean, we pretty much know where to go. I'm just kind of... I'm kind of just going to be talking to people on my way, because I think it's around in this area that we need to go. So that's pretty much, that's my goal. I'm just going to kind of talk to people along the way.
Good evening, sir. May I have your attention, please?
Come on, Johnny. Don't you recognize your oldest friend?
Clarence. Clarence Crossley. How are you? My God. So you survived the war too. So sorry I didn't recognize you at first.
I almost didn't recognize you either. War does that to men, I heard. In my case, it was true, for I witnessed the horror that lies underneath.
Oh, I can mesmerize him and eat him.
Do you need medical...
It's a little late for visiting.
I will see you...
Damn it, I don't have a treatment for migraine. I need to figure that out.
When did you escape the war and return to London?
You know what's funny? I almost never think about the war. Not anymore. I'm involved in another kind of battle now.
Oh, is he fighting vampires?
What is this new battle?
I saw terrible things during the war. Horrors I thought I'd forget. They're here too. They're everywhere. Vampires.
Called it.
I know what you mean. I haven't had much time to think about the war either since my return.
Of course. With the epidemic, I bet you've been busy as well. Forgive me, Johnny. I didn't want to sound selfish.
How is your wife, Venus?
We've spent so much time away from each other. And so many things have happened.
She left him, didn't she?
Is everything all right at home? Surely Venus was relieved to see you return from France in one piece.
Have you forgot what people are like in this part of town, Johnny? Venus fears for our family reputation. Now her husband has become the village idiot.
But you're alive. You returned in one piece and you have a family. How many soldiers can say the same?
Believe me, it's not quite that simple. Unlike you, I'm not the man I used to be.
Man, poor guy.
You need some rest.
It's the Japanese dude. At least I assume Japanese. I mean, that's his name is...
We meet again, Mr. Kimura.
Yeah.
In a more peaceful situation.
Dr. Reed. Still visiting London?
Yeah, I'd say Kimura. I'd say that's more Japanese than
Animals, you and I.
anything
Of
else.
your captivity.
I could be totally wrong, though. It's always possible.
Breathing the cold night air helps calm my mind, sir. I've had the most frightening nightmares since I escaped that filthy jail.
How is the situation in the West End?
I've heard rumors about armed men patrolling and fighting infected citizens in these very streets. I was lucky they didn't shoot me when I was abducted.
May I ask you what you do for a living, Mr. Kimura?
I was a landlord. A wealthy one. And not a very kind one, I realized recently.
Why this sudden epiphany? Is it because of your near-death experience?
I was already feeling nostalgic about Weymouth, my hometown. With recent events, I'm thinking about going back there.
Do you need medical...
You've already helped...
What can you tell me about your abduction?
If you really want to know, I was locked in that building for 3 or 4 days. My jailer was insane, mumbling about sacrifice and voices.
And why didn't he sacrifice you?
That was the weirdest part. He claimed to spill blood was not enough. It had to be done when some stars were aligned.
Which stars?
That's the whole point. He wanted me to talk to him about some Red Queen configuration or constellation. I've never heard of such an astronomical term.
What did he say about voices?
He constantly whined about the voice of his master, ordering him to do terrible things. He wanted to silence the voice by offering blood. My blood.
Man, poor bastard.
Why are you so nostalgic for your hometown, Tadao?
I was focused so much on making money, I almost forgot that my relatives and friends are threatened by this epidemic.
Have you no friends at all?
Over the years, I'm afraid my greed turned me into my friend's adversary, while I became friends with my professional rivals.
Those you grew up with didn't share your views on money and success.
Would you believe I was once a member of poetry circles and an astronomy club? We were young, such joyful dreamers then. But I stopped laughing long ago.
Have you heard anything from your family?
I was not only a bad landlord, I was also a bad husband. I've not seen my wife and son for years. Busy, busy, busy.
At least now you're ready to go back and see them. But don't be surprised if your son bears a grudge, sir.
You make it sound like you suffered from an absent father yourself, Dr. Reed. Well, I'll keep your warning in mind.
Anything else?
Can you change? And is it what you really want? If so, it must come from within, not without.
I've seen what an altruistic gesture can do. Nothing forced you to save me, Dr. Reed, but you did. I will follow your example in these matters from now on.
There is no need to thank me. Rescuing a London citizen should not be out of the ordinary, though I'm afraid it may appear so in these difficult times.
You did not only rescue me, you fought for me. You put your life in danger to save me. That's quite extraordinary.
How will you cope if you're attacked again?
I don't know. I've heard about these men and women who patrol the West End every night, chasing criminals like my abductor. Maybe I should join them.
Oh, I would not, I wouldn't suggest that, my friend. Is captured a vampire. Let's not. I'd rather not have to kill you. You seem like a good guy.
Tell me, Tadao, why was your abductor so interested in your passion for astronomy?
I don't know. We met a few times at the Royal Greenwich Observatory. He seemed to share my hobby. Then he invited me to his house and locked me in.
Yes, astronomy is a fascinating subject. When I was a child, my mother bought a small telescope for my sister and I. We spent many a pleasant evening stargazing.
Stars are not just dots in the sky, Doctor. They are the key to our understanding of the cosmos. They remind us how insignificant we are.
You're right. But children love magic and stories. I remember our mother told us constellations have the power to protect us.
Protection by the light of the stars. That's sweet. You remember the name of these constellations?
Draco, my constellation.
Draco. My favorite constellation.
Memory's a strange thing. I can recite without hesitation the names of the 88 constellations. Yet I barely remember my own childhood.
Did he fake his interest in astronomy to get close to you?
No. In his madness, he spoke about a blood sacrifice to be made to his master when the stars aligned to a specific configuration.
Goodbye, Mr.
It seems like that's all we have to know from Mr. Kimura. I don't see anybody else. Great, we finally unlocked doors. Now we can move around freely. Oh, I think I missed my turn. Apparently, there's something down one of these alleys. Charlotte. Calhoun. It's here and over to the right.
It's locked.
Right, okay, so it looks like I can get around a different way, and those sounds are not pleasant ones. I think, yep, this is exactly where I thought it was going. Alright. See if we can sneak around behind her. Just kinda... I'm pretty sure she's one of those, messed up blink scowls. Oh, wait, no, she's not. No, she's not. Oh, goody. Probably not the best move to hit that guy with. Seeing that that guy is a, one problem solved. Crap. Did I get him? Oh, I think I got... Yeah, I got him. Go me. Just gonna unlock other paths. Oh, those are wonderful sounds. Oh, I got that feeling like I'm gonna sneeze. Nope. Okay, I'm good. I hate that. You get that feeling kind of like in the back of your nose. You're just like, oh, this isn't gonna be fun. I get yelled at by my mom all the time. You know, just telling me that I need to sneeze quieter. I sneeze like my dad. You know, she's my mother. Just nag, 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 nag. I'm such a dick. I should be nicer to my mom. She's wonderful. I'm just being a gigantic asshole right now for the fun of it. hate you. And we're done. Again, might as well unlock the door. Great, we have an ill-formed scowl. Hey there. Hey there, how you doing? Boom!
I can't believe I'm doing this.
There we go. Full blood meter. Markable pump action shotgun. It's kind of, I don't leave any loot on the table. I guess that actually might be literally, because I'd be leaving it on tables.
Leave me alone with them while you go back to your fucking
Crap. In all honesty, dude, you're the easier one to take out. So I'm focusing on you first. I got stuck in a corner. Damn it. I need more blood. Crap. Alright, one down. Ah, crap, I hate that. I hate that move. Give her a bite. My claw move be useful against her because she doesn't deal with physical damage as well as the other guy did. See, I hate the fact that their blink basically gets them out of taking stun damage.
I've never seen such a radical mutation. Could it be a new stage in the disease's evolution?
Darling, thank you for the precious perfume and the fur coat. I can't wait to feel your hands on my shivering skin. Ew. For only you, my hero, can make me feel that desired. Please come back to me soon, for I'm dying to press my timid bosom to your chest again. Double ew. Yes, my beloved, my precious, come back to me, and I promise you a night of eternal and unbridled passion. Triple ew. Right now, I'm wearing nothing but your last gifts. Ew. Oh yes, I'm burning for you, and I can't wait for you to share my untamable lust. Ugh, your devoted Doris Fletcher.
So the husband had an affair with Doris Fletcher.
Once more. Ew. And I'm out of blood. Don't want to leave that there. Probably,
Thirst for blood.
probably top off a little bit.
This is despicable.
There we go.
Good evening, Miss Ashbury.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual recently?
A few days ago, I spotted a strange house while campaigning for women's suffrage. Awful smell. No answer when I knocked.
Where is it?
It's the Mullaneys, a nice family who live in a big house near the park in the eastern part of this neighborhood.
Goodbye, Charlotte.
She's been...
Now we have another A place to go look. Yeah, we already talked to Crosley. We really can't do anything for him until I get that cure for migraines or headaches.
Why are vampire hunters sniffing around here? I need to find out what they're after.
So you really don't have an option. Hey there. Oh, you got stunned, bitch. Boom, bitch. Get out the way. Get out the way, bitch. Get out the way. Yes, I'm sad that I just did that. Ah, yes, son of a...
Brothers! Across the leash!
Yum, 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 yum.
We do not work here! I order pay for this, young lady! Oh my god! My legs!
I win. Not gonna lie, that was actually a pretty fun fight. One shall enter, only acquire, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So I think, yep, I'm going in the right direction. Don't know why I pulled my axe out. I don't see anybody. There's an executioner. You're really not that hard to kill without your friends. Thick, rich blood sample. Oh, that looks important. Like, possibly that's the cure for migraines.
He had his tongue removed and his eyes gouged out. He was a victim of brutal torture.
Or just, you know, some rough BDSM play. You know, I'm not one to judge.
His neck is broken. He was young. Probably the son.
Oh, that's disturbing.
You thought I was dead too, didn't you? No, I was just pretending.
Yeah, I gathered that.
I could have been a great actress.
You killed your family.
They mocked my talent.
No, you've just gone mad. I think she's an ill-formed skull, so yeah, she'll just spit poison at us. That's fine. That's fine, that's fine. I can deal. Better than fighting one of those blink ones. I hate the blink skulls. Okay, so she's strong against shadow and blood attacks. I really gotta come up with, get some of the other ultimate moves. Although, honestly, but at the same time, I don't get why I should, you know, why I should get them. I'm not really gonna use them. Because in all honesty, I prefer the Blood Cauldron move that I use. You know, I prefer the Blood Cauldron move. And as far as I know, you can't swap your equipped skills on the fly. Gonna kind of keep her in this corner and just keep. Oh shit! Didn't realize she'd explode. There we go. Yeah, my blood's not in such bad shape. Dear Elsa, it's with the greatest joy that I confirm with this letter your acceptance as a private student in my acting school. The little scene you had the kindness to perform for me last week convinced me that you have what it takes to be a real actress. Wit, stature, and courage. As a private student, you'll receive my personal training and coaching during these intense sessions. You'll be invited to stay at the school since I strongly believe in total immersion to expose the full potential of my students. So please remember to bring night attire and anything you may need to spend a week at my school. Your God damn, I cannot read. Yours sincerely, Doris Fletcher.
Oh, this girl took lessons at the famous Doris Fletcher acting school.
It seems like this Doris Fletcher lady is keeps having her
seems to be the missing link.
Yeah, there we go. Words.
Can't just be a coincidence. I should go to her acting school.
And we have new dialogue available with Ashbury. Well, before we do that, I'm gonna head to the hideout and check my check this blood blood sample, see if it's finally the thing I need to allow me to cure headaches. And then, because apparently in this blood sample will be the recipe for aspirin. But we'll do that. I'll go do those conversations with Ashbury and Swansea, and then we'll keep on with the main stuff.